Hi, my name is Mr. Chonyo. Welcome to my study room. Today we are solving objective questions 2, 16, 39, and 50 of the 2023 Core Maths WASSCE paper written by Ghana. Let's start straightforward with question 2, which has a diagram here which is not drawn to scale, and the question says that in the diagram, MOP is the diameter of the circle MNP, center O. Angle NMP equals 2x degrees and angle EPM equals 5x plus 18 degrees. Find the value of x. Looking at this question, there are a few things we have to recall about circle theorem that should help us answer this question without stress. And the very first thing I would like to talk about is the fact that MOP is the diameter of the circle with center O. This information tells us that this angle here is 90 degrees because the diameter of a circle subtends an angle of 90 degrees at the circumference of the circle. Right. So now that we know that, then we can use the exterior angle theorem of triangles to solve. That is one of the ways we can do. And that will be the fact that since this side of triangle P and Q is subtended, then when we add these two interior angles, it should be equal to the remote exterior angle here at P. So that is the shortest or the easiest way we can solve that. I'm going to use that right now. I'm going to write 2x plus 90 will be equal to 5x plus 18. Grouping like terms, we subtract 18 from both sides and then 2x from both sides. So we're going to get 90 minus 18 to be equal to 5x minus 2x. Simplifying further, 90 minus 18 gives us 72, and then 5x minus 2x gives us 3x. Dividing both sides by 3, we'll be having 24 equals x, and that means that x equals 24, and that is option B. Another way we can solve this question will be to subtract here from 180 to get angles on a straight line, and that is going to give us 162 minus 5x all into degree. Then we add this 162 minus 5x plus 2x plus 90 degrees will be equal to 180 degrees, which is the sum of angles in a triangle, and we solve for x, you're going to get 24. Or another way will be, if this is 90 degrees and the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, then mean that this plus this should also be equal to 90 degrees. So you can also do 2x plus 162 minus 5x equals 90 degrees, and you get the same thing. I just feel like I should write all these setups, so let me write them about no solve. When you solve this, you are going to get x to be equal to 24, or if you use the triangle sum theorem, then you're going to have, and when you simplify this as well, you're going to get the same thing. But I feel like this is the shortest and the quickest way, especially since this is objective question which we are only interested in the final answer. We'd rather use the shortest method. Let's get to the next question, which is question 16. First of all, the reason why I'm solving all these questions together, because they are all under the same topic, or they are related. That is why. So question 16 also has another diagram in a circle, which is obviously not drawn to scale. It says that in the diagram, O is the center of the circle WXY, and the length WX equals the length XZ, and angle ZXY equals 26 degrees. Find angle XYZ. So let me quickly say that this is XYZ. So this is the angle we're solving for. We start to break the information down to help us solve our question quickly. The question says that in the diagram, O is the center of the circle WXY. If that is the case, then it means that the angle WXY is 90 degrees, just like question 2 that we just solved, because again the angle subtended by the diameter, even that WY is the diameter of the circle, and the angle subtended by the diameter of a circle is 90 degrees. So if WXY is 90 degrees, then we need to find WXZ, and the WXZ is just going to be 90 minus 26, So let me just write the first one. The angle WXY equals 90 degrees. And also angle WXZ is 90 minus 26. And that will be equal to 64 degrees. So that means that this angle here is 64 degrees. Then that is not all we need. This information here, length WX equal to length XZ, which is clearly marked here, means that the angle at W and the angle at Z are also equal. So when we put the two of these together plus the 64, we should get 180 degrees. And that means that twice angle WZX plus 64 will give us 180 degrees. I'm using twice of this because this and this are equal, so they're the same. Twice angle WZX will be equal to 180 minus 64. And that means that twice angle WZX will be equal to 116, dividing both sides by 2. Angle WZX will be equal to 58 degrees. So it means that this is 58 degrees. So then again, taking triangle XYZ, we can use the same exterior angle theorem we used for question 1 to work this out. And that will mean that this plus this should give us the exterior angle here. I feel like that is the easiest way to solve. If not, then we subtract this from 180 and get the answer here. We add the 3, equate it to 180, which is the sum of interior angles of a triangle. So, but I'm going to use the exterior angle theorem. So it means that 26 plus angle XYZ should be equal to 58 degrees, which is the exterior angle theorem of a triangle. So subtracting 26 from both sides, we're going to have angle XYZ to be equal to 58 minus 26. And 58 minus 26 is 32 degrees. And that is the answer to our question. So our answer is option C, which is 32 degrees. Then we move on to the next question, which is question 39. Just like the previous two, question 39 also has a diagram that is not drawn to scale. And the question says that in the diagram, MNPQ is a circle center O. Angle MQN is 43 degrees and angle QNP is 57 degrees. Find the value of Y, and Y is right here. This is a circle theorem question, and there are a number of ways we can solve this. So one of the ways we can solve this is to connect M and N to form a chord. And if you remember, one of the rules of circle theorem is that the angles subtended by a chord in the same segment are equal. So MQN is 43, and for that matter, MPN will also be 43. So we have 43 degrees here. So by using what we've done so far, again taking triangle OPN and using the exterior angle theorem, 43 plus 57 should give us Y. So simply put, Y will be equal to 43 plus 57, which will give us 100 degrees. And that is the answer to our question. And that is option D. And the same theorem can be used, but this time at the opposite side, when we connect Q and P to form a chord. The same theorem, the angles subtended by a chord in the same segment of a circle are equal. So this chord subtend this angle 57 degrees, the same chord will subtend this angle in the same segment. So this is also 57 degrees. When we take triangle QMO, the sum of the two interior angles will be equal to the remote exterior angle. So that means 43 plus 57, which is the same thing here, will be equal to the Y. That gives us the same answer. Or another method would be, if you want to go the long way, after getting this, you subtract these two from 180 degrees. I'm sure that will give you 80 degrees here. then you subtract that from 180 because the y and the angle 80 degrees here are on the same straight line, and that gives us 100, or the same thing here. So there are so many ways we can solve this. Let's get to the last question. The last question for today's study, which is question 50, is not really a circuit theorem question, but rather a construction question, but I just decided to add to it because of how short and simple it is. It says that we should describe the locus L in the diagram above. And when you see the diagram, though not drawn to scale, you can see that this is the diagram of angle bisector, which when we look through all the options, it is option C, which is the locus of point equidistant from ZX and then ZY. So that is one of the loci of construction. This L here is exactly between ZX and ZY, or it bisects the angle XZY, or it passes through the middle of them exactly. And this is the process of doing it. You construct an arc to connect the two arms of the angle. You stand at the ends of the arc and bisect it and draw a straight line through. So that is why the answer is C. I hope this lesson has been of help to you. If yes, then kindly consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this. Till we meet again in my study room. Bye bye.